Then There Were None and Death on the Nile are both murder mysteries, and they both have many similarities and differences. Agatha Christie's life connects more to Death on the Nile than And Then There Were None. First of all, when her mother got ill, they moved to Egypt, and they lived there for 20 years. Ever since she was a child, she had been interested in archaeology. And she also married an archaeologist, Max Mellovan. Death on the Nile majorly takes place in Egypt, and the characters go on a ship up the Nile River, visiting many archaeology sites, like the famous temple in Aswan. When Agatha Christie was in Egypt, she took this cruise on the Nile, and that's how she got so inspired to write a murder mystery that took place here. There are about 16 characters who all embark on this journey to Egypt on this Nile cruise. This includes Lynette Ridgway, who's one of the richest girls in England, Jackie, her best friend, Simon, and of course the famous detective Hercule Poirot. Jackie is madly in love with Simon, and they're engaged. But Lynette, who has everything, just has to steal her best friend's fiancé. Lynette and Simon are soon married and are on this honeymoon in Egypt. Jackie is left alone to suffer. Jackie follows them everywhere they go, all the way to Egypt. This is because she's heartbroken and filled with anger. It is a coincidence that Hercule Poirot is on the same ship as the 12 others who have all come for different reasons, some innocent and some who have bad intentions. One night on the Karnak, Jackie has a little too much to drink. And with all that anger filled inside, she shoots Simon in the leg, injuring him. That same night, Lynette Doyle is killed, but no one knows who's done it. You would think it's Jackie, but she was actually under supervision the whole night when it was done. Later on in the story, 2 more murders are committed. This is when everyone starts suspecting each other since no one knows who the killer is. However, Hercule Poirot manages to figure it out before any of us. And when the whole mystery is unraveled, it is extremely clever. When Poirot tells us the truth, most of us are angry with ourselves for not figuring out the obvious, but that anger is overcome with admiration. This is what gets so many readers excited to read Agatha's books. And Then There Were None was much more complex than Death on the Nile, since the plot was more shocking, intense, and thrilling. Its main theme was justice, and one of its symbols was a storm, since it helped the murderer carry out his plan better, and it represented the violence and hysteria that was about to occur on the island. In Death on the Nile, the themes were love, betrayal, good versus evil, and greed. Good versus evil existed throughout the book because so many of the characters with negative intentions were trying to fight their inner evil. Also, greed was an important theme because the murderer had committed such a crime due to the greed inside of him. Instead of choosing the right path and working to get rich, they cheated and took the shortcut. The immense greediness made them go through such great lengths that they lost their goodness. Agatha Christie creates these stories to give the readers a thrill, yet also gives us knowledge about criminals' intentions and what differentiates the good from the bad.